words, Jeff. Our next guest is up on the line. Are you ready?
I've been waiting for this, man.
All right. Well, on our line is a return guest. She's been on the show a couple. She's been on the show a couple times, and we're always looking forward to having our Granny back. So we welcome to a special edition of Sports, the Love Advice, kind of a Dr. Ruth meets Dear Abby with our dear friend Granny. Granny, welcome back to Hard Rocket Sports.
What's going on, boys? Here I am again.
Hey, Granny, what's up?
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Jeff. What's cooking?
No, we're just we're back and we're getting over the Super Bowl and getting through the warm weather. And I want to say thank you for the signed photo and the shirt. It was very nice of you and your people send that out to us.
Absolutely. And we sure do appreciate everything you're doing as well.
Well, I'll Jeff. I know you want to jump in with something, Jeff.
Listen, when you come across somebody like you, Granny, you got to latch on and hold on. So me and Tommy are more than happy to have you on the show and everything else. Your songs were amazing. You just you never know what you're going to do next, and we want to be part of it as much as we can.
Well, you know what they say, crazy attracts crazy, and I feel the same way about you. So it's a good matchup.
Absolutely, Granny. We're excited because you're coming through the area with Texas Hippie Coalition. You're the Bull Tour. We're thrilled.
That's
you got
right.
a couple of shows in our area, so we're going to ask you the magic question. We're going to come out to a show. I don't know, we're going to go to Jersey or Brooklyn. But we said we're not coming out unless we're going to get to meet Granny. So what show can we come to meet Granny?
I mean, you can meet me at any show. You guys just hit me with a text and you tell me where you're going to be, and I'll make sure it happens.
Well, then, Jeff, what does that sound like to you, Jeff? Sounds like a date.
Sounds like we're there, man. I want to meet Granny.
We're going to have a good time, boys. What's up? What you got for me tonight?
Tell us about the tour. Tell us about the tour real quick before we get to your love advice segment. Tell us a little bit about the tour. Tell us about it.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. So Granny's going to be, now I know all the dates. If you go to my website or on the social media, you're going to see the dates there. But they ain't all plugged in yet. So we got around 40 shows. All right. So 40 shows, and it's going to start somewhere, even though it says the 19th of April, it's going to start probably on the 14th because we're going to be way up in Spokane, Washington at Too Broke to Rock. Okay, that's a show up there. And then we're going to move on down to Salt Lake City, go all over the country, all over Hell's Half Acre, 11,500 miles to be exact. And then we're going to end up in Austin, Texas. And we're going to play with Texas Hippie Coalition and Cobra and the Lotus.
We're looking forward. Well, and I'll tell everybody right now, Clifton, New Jersey, May the 10th and May 11th in Brooklyn. You get your chance to see Granny in the area. So, Granny, one of those 2 days, we're going to be out there to check you out live because if it's half as good as it is on, through the studio versions. I can't wait to hear the live version. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, I am too, boys. We're going to have a good time.
Well, Jeff.
Sounds good.
So, Jeff, I'm going to turn the segment over to you. It's your segment. You and Granny get started. I'm here, and let's get to the love advice. It's Valentine's week, and everybody's got some issues. So we brought Granny in to help us out. So, Jeff, take it away.
All right. Well, Granny, listen. Well, a couple of our listeners sent us some. We tried to get a couple callers, but they were just too embarrassed with some of their problems, and they needed sound advice. And when we told them about you, they all asked us to get in touch with you. So I'm going to just cut right through it and start asking you some of the questions that were sent to us. This is a question from a girl named Sandy, and she dots her name, the little I in her name with a little heart. That's cute. And she says, Dear Granny, I've been going out with my boyfriend for 2 years, and he loves baseball. And baseball and Valentine's Day started up around the same time. So she says here, should I let him slide into fifth base for Valentine's Day?
Well, now are you sure you want me on your show here?
we need some sound advice for these people.
All right. Well, you're talking to Mrs. Freak Flag herself. So what I'm going to say is this: Sandy, the fact that you're asking the question means it's been on your mind. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'd say just go for it. Yes, you should. I mean, Granny wants you to experience all of life's pleasures, and fifth base is a great way to celebrate Valentine's Day and your 2 years together, right? I mean, Granny's a big advocate of fifth base, so do it upright.
Yeah.
How's that sound? I mean, how's that advice? Oh,
I think that she's going to listen to that, and
and I want to add one thing. Now, Sandy, if you do happen to take pictures, feel free to send Granny a hard copy. Just don't send that shit through the internet. You know what happens.
Oh, man. Okay.
I mean, I
right,
hope it helped you out, Sandy.
Yeah, well, I guess if we hear a howl in the night, we'll know. But the next one is from
All
Annie.
right.
And Annie lives out west. And she says, Dear Granny, I've been dating 3 different guys, and none of them know about the other 2. Should I have them over and let them meet for Valentine's Day and airtight me?
Now, did you say air?
Yes. I believe that is a plug in each orifice.
Annie. All right, man. Oh, man, Annie. All right, now.
Oh, she also dots the I with a little heart also.
Well, I would expect that. Now, this is a potentially explosive situation because, let me get this right. You got 3, right? She said 3 guys, but they don't know about each other.
No.
Right? And she's hoping she's going to get airtight with them. So I'm just going to say, Annie, since you're determined to get airtight, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I would do. I say, bring them on in and say, hey, boys, I want to get loose, and here's how it's going to go down. Now, if one guy, any one of them gets pissed and leaves, no worries, right? I mean, you can still get airtight with 2 guys. I mean, use your imagination.
I guess
right?
They would play like a rotisserie then. She could be a rotisserie chicken if one guy left.
That's right. I mean, so you're not, the night isn't a total loss.
No.
Now, if, let's say, 2 guys get pissed and leave, it's, again, you got no worries because you can still get airtight with 1. Just use your imagination, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Jeff, can I jump in with?
So,
I got a question. I got one.
Yeah,
I got one from a listener, but
what?
it's unfortunately it has nothing to do with the fifth base. Can I ask one, Jeff?
Go right ahead, man.
A friend of mine from Jackson, Mike from Jackson, it does not. By the way, Mike does not have a heart over the eye. Just for the record, he just wanted to know that he's been married to the same woman for 15 years. And it seems like their romantic relationship, as he says it here, he kind of does it a little different, but their romantic relationship is not quite the same. He wants to know what would be Granny's advice to kind of spruce up the relationship and get it kind of backtracked into how it was in the beginning. What kind of advice can Granny give?
I mean, you guys gotta talk about spicing it up. I mean, the best advice I could give was, why don't you guys come on over to my Facebook and my social media and look at how fucked up I am. And if that's not incentive to get crazy, I don't know what is. I mean, you guys just gotta not be so uptight. I mean, you gotta take the time to spend with each other. Life gets busy, right? I mean, everybody's running around. You gotta say, hey, this is mine and your time, and then you gotta open a dialogue. That's what I say. How's that sound?
That sounds great to me, Granny. And again, we're talking to Granny from Granny Four Barrel, who's going to be coming through the area real soon. Check out granny4barrel.com for all the tour dates with the Texas Hippie Coalition, Year of the Bull Tour.
Right.
And let me ask you a question. Let's say for me, I'm going to ask you a question for me. I want to get romantic with my wife. I want to have a nice Valentine's Day. how do I set them? What's the song? What's the music that I should put on? People say Barry White. Some people say this, the little romantic jazz music. What would Granny suggest that I play for my wife to get her in the mood?
Now, listen, I mean, I'm a big classical fan, but I like heavy metal too. But I mean, you got to have the right vibe. I mean, heavy metal could give you a headache, and that'll fuck up the mood. So the first thing you're going to do, number one, get rid of your cell phone, shut it down, shut the computer. You need to have time alone, right? That's the first thing. And if you're going to use the computer, just use it for music and don't be watching text. You can't let anything intrude. I mean, that's my best advice, because you got to focus on each other, right?
I would agree, Granny, and I will take your advice, and I appreciate that, and I will definitely do that when it comes to my romantic weekend with my wife. So, Jeff, take it back over. I'm glad I got to ask that for the Granny herself.
All right, well, I mean, I hope I helped you.
That you certainly did.
Well,
I got
Jeff,
a couple
now let
more
me.
for Granny from a couple listeners.
Well, Jeff, before we get back to another question, I still got to finish my air because I wasn't
go
done.
right ahead. Please. I would love to hear this.
All right, now, because we already said if one guy leaves, fuck it. We got two left, and we're still going to have a good time. If two guys leave, we got one guy, and that's cool because we can still make that happen. Now, if the third guy leaves, fuck them all. They didn't have your sense of adventure. Now, trust me, you can most certainly find three guys any day of the week to get airtight with. But in the meantime, don't let the evening be a total loss. Give yourself some loving. And like I said to the first questioner, Sandy, if you do happen to take some pictures, feel free to send a hard copy to Granny. And don't, whatever you do, don't send that shit through the internet.
Sick bastard. All right.
I hope I helped you, Annie.
I'm sure you did. Excuse me. This is
all right.
From a
Hit
girl
me.
named,
Hit me with another
Cassie.
one.
This is from a girl named Cassie down in North Carolina.
Cassie.
She also has a heart over the eye, as you can imagine.
All right.
And she says, "Dear Granny, my boyfriend wants to watch me with another girl. But I tried it once in the past, and I really, really liked it. But I'll only do it with this one girl. Her name is Nicole. Here's the problem. Nicole is my boyfriend's stepsister, and I can't tell him what we did. Help. What should I do?"
Boy, oh, boy. Well, all right. Catherine? Now, I know that you think this is a sticky situation, so here's my advice. I mean, I'm a big advocate of the truth, so you got to tell him. You just lay it on out. You say to your man, the only way this is going to happen is with this girl, period. And now, I know this is the thing, all right? Don't worry, because I know what goes on in guys' minds when it comes to sex, and I can almost guarantee he'll figure out a way to justify this. I mean, technically, it's not illegal, right? And he said he only wanted to watch, so no harm in that. Say go for it.
I agree.
Right? I mean, why not? And again, Kathy, if you do happen to take some pictures, you know what to do. Send Granny a hard copy. I
Not through the internet, right?
I won't show nobody. I'll put it in my scrapbook.
Holy cow, this is a recurring theme of this one. Guys, we may get thrown off the air for this one. Hey, Jeff,
just trying to spice shit up, boys.
We got another one from a girl named Jessie.
All right. What you got?
She says, "Dear Granny, me and two of my girlfriends are single this Valentine's Day. We were thinking about having a romantic night, just the three of us. Should we fill the pool with cream corn or chocolate pudding? What would Granny wrestle in?"
All right. Well, all right. First of all, there's nothing romantic about cream corn. But if you insist, nix the corn and go for the pudding. Now, personally, I mean, maybe I'm old school, but I'd just rather jump straight into bed with all of you and get down to business. So, I mean, whatever way you go again, make sure you take some pictures and send Granny a hard copy. How's that sound?
These are very good answers, Granny. I'm sure these people are going to be very happy to get these responses. I hope they're listening tonight.
I sure hope I was a help to you guys and to all you young ladies out there and young men.
I nearly pissed myself.
Now, I have one last question that I have at my house here, and it looks like my wife's handwriting. I'm not sure. So
all right.
if I could read this to you guys, I'll read this. All right, it says, Dear Granny, my husband is a pretend DJ on a sports internet radio show, but his junk is too big for me to handle. What should I do? And then there's a bunch of LOLs after the junk is too big. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I mean, did she ever have a baby?
No. Yes, she did. Yes. I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, if you're bigger than a baby, then I'd be worried if I was her, too.
No, not really. Baby what?
Baby arm? Is there a baby arm involved in this anywhere?
Maybe a baby's finger. I don't know about an arm.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're in good hands. I mean, you've been together how long? I mean,
a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks. I mean, you guys just, I just say, grin and bear it, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think she's just fooling around. Actually, some guy Frankie.
She's just joking around with you, Jeff.
I hope so, but some guy
She's just
Frankie,
joking around.
Some guy Frankie who puts a little heart over the I in his name picked her up a couple hours ago, and I haven't heard from her.
Oh boy.
Well, as we got our little romantic music in the background, the serenade to get our beautiful Valentine's week started, we are so appreciative to have Granny come on and give you a little love advice and to tell you to choose between cream corn and chocolate pudding. Well, guys, I don't know how we can top this tonight. We may have to end the show after this one. In fact, we may be thrown off the air after this one. I'm not really sure.
Well, you guys, this is a private. You know what? We're just having a good time. I mean, they better not throw us off.
I hope not. But Granny, I want to thank you so much for coming on with us and answering some questions from the people. And Mike out in Jackson, New Jersey, make sure you get out and check out granny4barrel.com. And everybody out there better make sure that when Granny comes through the area, whether it's out here or all across the country, you get out and support Granny, Mississippi Coalition, Year of the Bull Tour, and the whole big. Granny, what else is going on? You got anything else you want to throw out people before we say goodnight to you?
Well, I mean, no, we're just getting ready to go on out and make a mess of America. But I do. You know what, boys? This is called hard rockin' sports. So, you know what I'd like to do? This is one thing you didn't know about Granny, but I'm a big UFC fan. And the next time I come on, why don't we talk about some ultimate fighting? Because I love that shit.
Sure, absolutely, Granny. We'll make some time during the tour. You come on, you give us an update, and we'll talk some UFC with you. We'll talk some old school fighting, and we'll have some fun with that. And we'd love to always have you on. You know that, and we appreciate every time you do come on. And make sure, hey, Granny, we've got one request. When you're out and you're getting into your freak flag, take a picture and send a hard copy to Jeff because I'm sure he put it in his scrapbook.
Oh, I'm going to do that for sure. You count on it.
No nudes, please. No nudes.
Well, I mean, you'll get what you get, Jeff.
Not just, Jeff, you can't turn down. Granny sends you nudes, man. You got to take it. No internet stuff, though, Granny. Let's keep it on the hard copy, please.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what, boys? I was just reading the other day now. Sexting, right? People, always taking nudes and sending them. Here's the problem. There's properties attached, all right? So you send a picture, people know what phone it came from, what device. So if you want to insist on sending pictures and sexting, you got to make it more anonymous. Now, here's a tip from Granny, and I was reading about this. You got to, number one, take pictures with no distinguishing features, upload your pictures to your computer properties, and remove the properties. Then you can send it. I mean, people are still going to know when it came from. I mean, don't send it from your Twitter account because that's stupid. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. If you get something from me,
you are chock full of advice for our listeners tonight, man.
I am. I'm just trying to help out any way I can to make the world a better place.
Lots of good stuff on Facebook. People are cracking up. This is great. Granny, I want to thank you so much. We wish you good luck on the tour. I promise you we're going to get out and see at least one of those shows. And like always, you're always welcome. We appreciate you coming on and giving us more time. We're big fans now, and we wish you nothing but success. And we look forward to meeting you in the near future.
Thank you, boys. God bless your hearts. I love you.
One favor to ask him, Granny. I don't know. Did he do a shout out for us for the radio show?
Yes, he did. I have to. I'm just trying. Okay. I haven't uploaded it yet, but yes, we have it.
All right, awesome. That's all we needed. Granny, thank you so much, man. It was a blast.
All right, boys. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you real soon.
You got it, everybody. Granny4barrel.com, everybody.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you around.